Alright, time to start filming. Now, this one's gonna be relatively quick. I got work to do. Do apologize there. But let's talk about strategy gaming and mental exercises. Now, I do actually have a lot of experience playing strategy games, both video and just in person. For example, I have played Catan, among others. But there's more to it than just the fun you can have. Yeah, it can be fun, but it has other benefits. Strategy games, be they in real life or video games, encourage critical thinking and research management. It is often believed that they increase attention span as well. Unfortunately for me, they usually increase sleep deprivation too, something I have to work on. Another advantage for specifically the historically based games like Hearts of Iron 4 or Europa Universalis 4 is that one can get familiar with certain events and wish to learn more about them. For example, you could get an event in Hearts of Iron 4 where, say, I don't know, a young officer coup occurs in Japan and think, okay, what was that actually about? What are they referencing? And learn about something fascinating. Or in EU4, quite a lot of the events, like for example, the matter of Milan for France, can carry a lot of historical baggage that is very interesting. Indeed, a lot of the quests in the game are related to specific things. Well, I call them quests, technically they're missions, but still. And getting familiar with these events is quite interesting as well. Not to mention, you can learn about several historical figures through them. All of these things together, plus the obvious encouragement to think about things long-term, in a go-figure strategic way, means that strategy games are scientifically a good way to have fun and give your brain a good challenge. Now, some people have actually published studies on this. For example, the Games Learning Society published What Are the Effects of Strategy Games on their website. You can look yourself. And of course, I have made my own comments in this. But truly, it is very beneficial to play them. Even chess, even though it's far more abstract as a war game, is still very good for mental exercise. Think about what you're factoring in. Different movements, possible options, different ways to get checkmate, and indeed, different moves your opponent makes after the first all help with understanding and thinking long term. They are indeed very good for mental exercise and learning a lot, and I would advise it. Strategy games are fun. Yes, that is why a lot of people get into them. All of that and trying to master how the .4 Navy works, because my lord, frankly, I just show them all in a big fleet and hope it works. Probably not the best, but yeah. But of course, they carry a lot of other advantages, even when you're not playing exactly as intended. Obviously, there's the advantage that we mentioned, or advantages that were mentioned, but there's also the simple fact that you get to increase your friendships with other people if you play with them. Or, in some cases, learn from other people that you play against. In the cases where it's just yourself, you can try different things, experiment, learn more about different things, and basically become a very skilled person when it comes to them. And these have parallel effects with other things. For example, if you're good at managing a budget in Victoria 3, sure, it has benefits for the game itself, but it can also teach you quite a bit. For example, it does not feel good for the people to have a lot of taxation, but it can be necessary to balance a budget. And in certain cases, sometimes you do need debts to handle certain things, so long as you pay it back in the long term. Or in the case of larger Victoria 3 games, they just basically follow complete modern monetary policy and go far into debt. So long as it's manageable, though, and you can pay it off eventually if you so desire, it is an acceptable position. It can also teach one about leverage in the case of historical games. After all, it's pretty obvious in Rome Total War that certain people have far more influence than others. Let's face it, the Ptolemies in Egypt have a lot more influence and can do a lot worse to you than the Seleucids can, mostly because the Seleucids get wiped out. The fact is, strategy games are very useful, even outside of the fun they provide. It's a good mental exercise, and I do encourage you to participate. So long as you have the money to, I would advise not playing most Paradox games if you're in financial struggles. They aren't exactly cheap. But those are just my thoughts, and this is a short video. I do hope you enjoy. Have a good one.